Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am very excited to announce that I have managed to acquire the Exceed Chun Li box for Street Fighter. So this box contains 4 characters from Street Fighter. We have actually all the characters on the sides. So we've got Chun Li here, of course, Chun Li box. We have Dan, which I think is really funny. He's always been the most ridiculous character, feels like, or pretty ridiculous. Then we have a character I'm not familiar with called Sea Viper. And then finally we have Vega, who I'm also really excited about. Vega is one of the characters I played growing up. Really liked his ability to do like that fast jumping, the wall jumping. He had that claw. Just a really fun character to play as. But yeah, so I managed to get this for a ridiculously good price. Online, somebody threw it up on eBay and I just scooped it up because I know there wasn't going to be another chance probably. So one of the cool things is that the person actually included a couple of extra decks in here that weren't in the original box. They actually had, I believe, the Ken and Ryu demo decks. So I actually have a copy of the Ken deck because I got the M Bison box and Ken was one of the characters in it. But I don't have a real Ryu. I actually printed the Ken deck out as well as the Ryu deck, and I was playing with them just in this sleeved format. And I mean, it's worked fine, to be honest. I was able to play them, but it's just, there's no color, so it's just not as exciting to look at. But yeah, so I printed out the deck. I really like the game, so I wanted to have these decks if possible, and now I actually have the deck in here. So let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so interestingly, they've included 2 rulebooks. And then, of course, we have the advertisements. So Level 99 Games are the ones who produce Exceed, but they also produce BattleCon, Pixel Tactics. Actually, this is a different company, UFS. They have a bunch of different properties. They're still going, to be honest. But yeah, Level 99 is great. They also do Bullet. I really like Bullet. Anyways, yeah, Exceed is my favorite for sure of all the stuff they've put out. And then we have the character sheet, which has all 4 characters on it with their deck configurations of the unique cards they have. And so we got Dan, Vega, and then Sea Viper and Chun Li. The cool thing is they show the regular version of the character, the non-exceeded version, so you can at least see what the character does at the baseline with their ability and stuff. Alright, so here is the actual contents. So these came loose, like rubber banded. This is just the cards for the board, but I already have a nice neoprene one, thankfully. Really glad I got that Guilty Gear set. That thing has been the best. Okay, so here is the Ken deck, of course. We have the Ken reference card with him. So his exceeded side, unexceeded, and then all the cards. Man, just beautiful art on these cards, honestly. Really like the way they portray the characters, the effects they use. I'm assuming these are all going to be exactly the same between the regular version and the demo version. I think they're basically the same. But here we go. We have the Ryu full color. You can really feel the difference between the colors here from the printed to the professionally printed. And then the back is just, wow, the red and the black looks so good over here. It just like comes to life compared to the print and play version, so to speak. Yeah, there's Ryu. Got his reference card here, his super attacks, then his special attacks. Then the deck itself in beautiful full color. I love sometimes they feel like they're using frames from different places. Like this almost feels like from an animated movie or something. And then this feels like maybe like Alpha. And then I like the basic cards here, the ones that don't have the picture of the character on it. These are the same across all of the Street Fighter decks. And I like the variety of the characters they use, like Bison here with the grasp is like terrifying. Then Akuma here with this just powering up, so cool. It's just like so dynamic, great colors. Then I don't know which character this is, part of the newer Street Fighter that I haven't played. Donkey Kick, super powerful. The block card, of course. Vega with the dive. I'm so glad I have the Vega deck now. Very excited to play with him. And Sagat there. Just like such a feeling of impact and force. Really great. Ken there. Nice. And like, I love the power that you can feel in the illustration. It's just so good. Alright, so it is very nice to have a full color version of this. Alright, let's take a look at the characters that came in the box. So I love how they each have an individual box with the illustration on the outside. And then one of the cool things they did for Street Fighter, at least that I've seen, is that they actually have a little chart here that shows the character's power in each of these different aspects of the game. And he is like pretty meaty. Pretty mid, like right in the middle for everything. And then they even give you the stats over here. He likes taunting people and himself and his father. Wow. Yeah, that's Dan, all right. Okay, we got Sea Viper here. Apparently she's a CIA agent. Nice. And then, wow, she's big on techniques, big on power, but pretty low on speed and defense. Then, of course, we've got Chun Li. Awesome to have Chun Li. Yeah, I do remember her being an Interpol officer from the Street Fighter animated movie. Then, wow, she's big on speed and techniques, which makes sense. And pretty good, pretty decent range. Pretty low on defense, though, for sure. And pretty low on power. Then Vega, so cool. He likes beauty, himself, and red wine. Yeah, that checks out. And he's got a lot of range, as you would expect, a lot of speed, just like in the games. A good amount of techniques, decent power, and pretty low defense. Right, so that's all 4 characters. We'll do a quick run through on the decks as well. Let's take a look at Dan first. So I'm just going to go over the ability of the character, and then we'll just look through the cards. So Dan's ability is your wild swings have critical, +1 power, and +1 speed. Then his Exceed ability is your wild swings have critical, +1 power, and +1 speed. When drawing a card at end of turn, draw from the top or bottom of your deck. You may then discard a card. Okay, and then we'll just do a quick run through for the deck so you can see all the cards. So Vega's ability is, if you are at the edge of the arena when you set your attack, your special and ultra attacks have +2 power. Then his Exceed ability is, if you are at the edge of the arena when you set your attack, your special and ultra have +3 power and +1 speed. Nice. Strong. Do some real damage with that. Right here is his super attacks, if you want to take a look. Then we have his special attacks. Alright, let's take a look through Vega's cards. Alright, so okay, let's take a look at Chun Li next. Okay, I had to get those sorted out. So Chun Li's ability is, after you resolve a boost, you may retreat 1. If you would strike, retreat first. And then her Exceed ability is, after you resolve a boost, you may retreat 1. If you would strike, retreat first. For each continuous boost you have in play, your attacks have +0 to 1 range. So boosts are the thing, for sure. Okay, so here are her super attacks. And here are her special attacks. Okay, let's take a look at her cards. Alright, that's all of Chun Li's unique cards. Finally, we have Sea Viper. Alright, Sea Viper's ability is, after you resolve a continuous boost, you may strike. And then her Exceed ability is, when you exceed, draw 5 cards. After you resolve a continuous boost, you may strike. If you do, your attack is critical. So that's pretty good. You don't have to pay the usual cost for critical in that case, which I believe is 1 gauge. Alright, so here are her super attacks. Then we have her special attacks. Alright, let's take a look at our unique cards. Alright, that's all of Sea Viper's unique cards. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I think we're going to go into a second video to do a little playthrough, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.